Hello and welcome back to the Manga Club, the club where we talk about manga that we've been recently reading and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently reading and enjoying, and if you've read one bad talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. After volume 1 of Berserk, I was really excited to read the second one. If you don't know, volume 1 is essentially like, it starts sort of midway through the story, and then at the end it just takes you back and gives you a snippet to how Guts essentially came into the world in this gruesome, gory, horrific way. So I was really interested to see sort of the bridge and learn more about this character, understand him a little bit more. I'm gonna be completely honest, after the first volume, I didn't love Guts as a character. I was like, he's just a dick. He's got no sort of moral compass. He's just this sort of heartless killer with not really much depth to him. And then I will eat every single word that I've just said after volume 2. This has hooked me on the story. This has made me realise exactly why Berserk is as big of a hit with as many people as it is. This was just absolutely outstanding. It's just, obviously this is the actual start to the story. This is where it gets interesting. Volume 1 I found was very much just go between villains and kill and move to the next, essentially. It felt like it was just sort of Guts moving through enemies, so he was just fighting and fighting and fighting, and there was no real sort of character interest or development. This is the polar opposite. Yes, there is fights, and when there is fights, it's absolutely brilliantly drawn. I'm newish to manga, but I don't know many that look like this. I mean, just the artwork of everything is absolutely outstanding, but the fight scenes and the way they're done and the goriness of it is just horrifically brilliant. But the difference from the first one to this was just like, even though there are the fights to sort of break up the talking scenes and stuff, the character development, not just in Guts, but getting the introduction of Griffith, who I think I'm saying the name right. What an absolutely intriguing character. I don't know, if I'm honest. I don't know if I fully trust them. I'm so excited to read on in Berserk and find out what happens to Griffith. What's the whole sort of major plan? I'm going to be honest, my head was completely flipped because when I saw photos, I thought Griffith was a girl, and I thought it was going to be this sort of weird love story that went wrong between Guts and Griffith, but no, the fact that he's just another bloke and he's just got these crazy ambitious goals to just be essentially a ruler and just be up there with the greats, and to know that sort of after reading volume 1 that he ends up in this god hand that I don't really know much about, but he's also got this weird egg eye thing on his necklace called a Bertolt or whatever it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that is so interesting. And also the fact of like, in this volume we got the first instance of like Guts seeing like a devilish monster. Like, after reading volume 1, it was like, okay, this is just what he does. He goes around and kills these mythic evil demon creature things, but then to actually in this volume see that that's not the normal. Like, people didn't know that these existed, and when they come across something they're like, oh my god, what is this? And they nearly lose. They nearly die. If it wasn't for Griffith having the necklace, then it would have all been over. So I'm so interested, and I can't wait to read volume 3 of this to just find out more, because this story has got me so hooked. I'm so hooked now by the characters, not just Guts and Griffith, but the whole hand, like just all of them. It's just such a cool concept, and you can see sort of the slow tilting of the scales where they all joined because they believed in Griffith, and it felt like a family and they had fun and it was great. And even though they're mercenaries, it's still like they have a laugh. Whereas it's starting to tilt where it's like Griffith is sort of a bit more distant with everyone. He's going sort of mingling with the higher ups a little bit more. He's less sort of involved with them, and I can't wait to just see what happens. I can't wait to see the growth of Guts, how it sort of turns around for him. He's all alone in volume 1, so how does he get to that point? At first when I was reading, I was a bit confused as to why volume 1 is set as far ahead as it is and shows me stuff that I feel like I shouldn't have seen. But actually I get it, because now after reading that and then this and going back to the golden age and everything like that, and just seeing the absolutely horrific upbringing that Guts has from the very first bandits that he hangs with, and how he has to essentially kill what was a dad figure to him and then run away because he gets accused of just heinous murder, to then spend years oh, it's brilliant storytelling, but the fact that they showed me the before and then now, like, the pre that, it's just a brilliant way of hooking me, because now you've got me, Berserk. You have got me wrapped around your finger. I cannot wait to read Volume 3 and also just what the rest of the story entails. The fact that I know I'm on Volume 2 and there is like 13 of these is absolutely insane to me, because where can the story go in that amount of time? There is so much story to discover and I cannot wait to read it. So genuinely, after Volume 1, I wasn't sure if I loved it. Now, I am utterly hooked. This is just absolutely brilliant. I'm so excited to find more out about this story. But anyway, if you've read Berserk, let me know what you thought about it. Should I be as excited as this to read the rest of it? And I will see you next time on the Manga Club.